Here we are now at the 11th. But at some point, Frank, they need to take steady to spectacular.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Rich, and really sooner rather than later, that's for sure. But, yeah, steady becomes boring if it stays on for too long. I'm loving that balance.
Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards.
Good-looking shot right here. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. All right, on to the 12th hole, 442-yard par 4. What do you like about this hole, Frank?
Just a nice par 4 that sort of bends to the player's right. A lot of people will just stand up here, grab the driver. I don't really think you have to do that, Rich. The hole's not overly long. Just something short or down that left side. You're only going to have a short iron in for your second shot.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
So coming off the birdie on the previous hole, a chance now for yet another one. And needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Thirteenth hole, par 3, 225 yards and heavily bunkered around that green, Frank.
It is, but that green gets narrower as the hole gets longer. Nothing wrong with hitting the ball sort of the middle part of the green here.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Watches that one go in as well to get to -3. On to the 14th hole now. It's a par 4, 442 yards. And what's the right way to attack here, Frank?
Two choices. Try and squeeze it down the right side, just short of the wall. He is winding this one up. Does he have the power, though? Oh, huge. Huge with a capital H.
Busted that. Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
This is a good-looking shot. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. And with that birdie, moving into the top 5 on the leaderboard.
And we're starting to notice the name.
And Frank, ahead on the green, you could have a really crazy putt if you're not careful.
This is probably the most undulating green on the golf course, so you do not want to be going in with too flat a second shot. Oh, I liked that.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. It's a nice birdie right there.
Could not have come at a better time. Third place now.
That's the end of round one, and we saw a lot of good golf out there today, Frank.
And it was a bonus to anyone that got off to a good start today.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today it's live second round coverage of the Mountain Shootout. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second nine.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Didn't knock down the flagstick, but he still has a chance.
21 steps, or should I say feet?
Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Now to the 11th hole. It's a par 4, 417 yards. Frank, what's the key here?
A nice little draw down that left side would be the ideal tee shot. The carry on the two little bunkers down the left side really isn't overly long. That's the desired entry into this green. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Oh yeah, birdie, Frank, and another shot closer.
Sniffing in the right direction.
Frank, what are we looking at here at the par 4 12, 442 yards?
Players are really focused on that bunker down the left side. That's the one that has to be either laid up, which would be 286 yards off the tee, or sort of worked off. This could very well be a 3-wood off the tee. Just hit it straight at that left bunker. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. It is a windy day out here, Frank. My hat just blew off. This is going to affect the players' shots, that's for sure. Frank, this is a golf course where if you were caddying for a player, you might remind them to stop and
smell the roses.
And smell the roses, take it all in, right? I mean, it's that kind of a golf course.
Yeah, we play a lot of sterile venues now, I think is the best way to put it, 7,500 yards plus, and we don't get to smell the roses. So you come up here, it's a long trip. It takes you a while to get here, that's for sure. Flying to Calgary, drive up here. It's known as a scenic area with the ice fields, but you get to sort of embrace nature and realize it's an outdoor game, and that's one of the benefits of it.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Birdie try again here today. Moves into second place with that birdie. Well, this is a good hole right here. Par 3, 225-yard 13th. Frank, what do you think?
Well, it's called sulfur. I can't remember what element that is on a periodic table, but hardest thing here is not to figure that out, but figure out what club you're going to use. Just a fraction downhill, just over 200 yards. It does narrow up when they start to stick the flag in the back, but there's a nice fat target there, sort of those first 2/3 of the green.
Had a birdie here yesterday in their close. Great opportunity for another one. Shouldn't be a problem here. Putting up some impressive numbers out here now. 9 under for the tournament. Frank, this par 4 14th hole at about 440 yards will test you all the way up to that green, won't it?
It certainly will. It just looks like you should bash it over those bunkers down the left side, but the green pitches from left to right. So the best access is actually down the right side, coming in from that sort of right line. So don't be fooled here. That is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
Yeah, that's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA. Wow, Frank, look at that one run out. Just blistered that tee shot.
Yeah, that has to be 325 if it's an inch.
That is classy.
Well, a chance of going in.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Wow, I thought he made that. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Drops for a par. Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one of those 350, 360 plus yard drives. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Frank, I'm always fascinated by the way professionals approach the game and how different it is from us amateurs. You're not just standing up and hitting a shot, hoping to catch it on the middle of the face. You're thinking about lower high, left to right, or right to left.
Yeah, there's two schools of thought, really. You're either moving the shot away from something or towards something. So this is a great example here. You could be moving the ball away from the left side of the green, but closer towards the flag.
This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. There you have it, Frank. The second round is complete. What are your thoughts?
I think anybody looking at this leaderboard, anybody in the top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly in a good position to win. Quality of the golf there in that first 10 is excellent.
This is EA Sports Way. Today it's live third round coverage of the Mountain Shootout. Well, here we are at the 14th hole. It's a par 4, 442 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, but if you were spraying it off the tee here, then there's all sorts of problems. Bunkers left, trees right. This is a fairway you must hit.
And that ball is absolutely scorched. Just hit a seed out there.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, take us down. Give us the player's eye view on this second shot here at 14.
I kind of like a second shot a little lower than normal here. It just seems to shape up to this green. Obviously, you're protecting against going left while you're trying to go directly at the flag. So just something a little lower than normal, I think, would be the go. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Not a gimme, but well within his range. And he has it for birdie. Frank, looking out here on the 15th hole, this looks like a spot where you could really crank one that you could tell your buddies about.
It's another hole that suits a player that hits the ball right to left. It's no surprise to see why Rory McIlroy plays well around here. Nice, big, high towering draw. It's going to go that extra. Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though? Rich, that is annihilation of a golf ball.
Absolutely love it. I mean, he just tore that thing to pieces. Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round.
What a birdie. Now just a handful of players in contention.
Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4, 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favour a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Frank, looking at this approach now to the 16th, what does the player need to be aware of?
You've got to make sure you fly the ball every inch of the way here, Rich. The ball won't kick forward because of that false front. So making sure you at least club up, not club down.
Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Frank, as we make our way to the house, a chance here at the 17th, just 374 yards, a chance for a birdie.
It certainly is. Anytime you see a hole today under 400 yards of par 4, that is, you know you're going to get a short on your iron. You know you're going to get a short iron in your hand if you hit a good tee shot. Just avoid the bunkers left and right off the tee. Green does slope back to front, so it pitches nicely towards you, making that second shot, if anything, a little easier.
Frank, that swing looks lively and strong.
Oh, that had to fly 300. It's close to 310. This looks like it's going to find the target.
That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Good birdie right there, moving to third place on the leaderboard. Well, Frank, this sets up for an exciting finish here at Banff Springs, a 578-yard par 5.
There's just about a bunker in play for every length of tee shot here, so know exactly which one you can carry and exactly which one you cannot reach.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway.
Second shot.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. And he's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more. Just moving that much closer to the leader now, Rich.
Good third round, Frank, and a good spot heading to the final 18.
Yeah, to be in the top 5 right now, the caliber of this field, know that your game is good enough too, and a legitimate chance of taking home the trophy come tomorrow night. This really is what all those hours on the range contribute to, this moment right now.
Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today it's live final round coverage of the Mountain Shootout. Good contact, good result. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Now zeroing in on this second shot here at the par 4 14th.
You can keep the second shot a little right of the flag here. The general contours kick a little left here, away from the bunkers on the right. That would be the ideal shot in here.
Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. Right about 9 feet here to the hole. Boy, look out. Just 2 shots back after that birdie.
And now things are starting to change too.
Well, now the par 4s begin to stretch out a little bit. The 15th here, Frank, is 475 yards.
Certainly want to put your big shoes on here. Nice big slinging draw off the tee might help. Go a little further. It does go downhill considerably, so you get a little bit more run out of the tee shot if you did that. Well, a hard hole after that tee shot has now become an easy hole.
It's the great equalizer. When you can drive the golf ball, Frank, just like that, well, it opens up so many avenues, and he'll have plenty to choose from here. Looks good. Chance to make a birdie. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, and trying for another one today.
In a very aggressive mode with that birdie now in second place.
Frank, the 16th hole, 414 yards, par 4, is nicknamed GOAT. Would that be greatest of all time, or is it just because the possibility you can see old Billy in the Canadian Rockies?
I'd like to think it's the greatest of all time. I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw, that's why, and that's what's needed off this tee once again. The first bunkie should easily be able to carry that, and, well, if you're the greatest of all time, this is a fairway, you'll certainly hit.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Oh, good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
Just 2 holes left here at Banff Springs, and Frank, another par 4. This one short, 374 yards.
It is. It's named Sarsi, which is a tribute to the Indian tribes here, the First Nations of Canada. So just think about that when you're teeing it off here on what is not an overly difficult par 4.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. And it makes the green in regulation. Birdie putt coming up. The par on this hole yesterday. That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Looks to be putting everything into this one. Just destroyed it. Ooh, he squeezed that one, Frank.
That is the champion of the mashes. He mashed up. I don't know if that button can be used again after that.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. So a tester from 4 feet. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
And that wraps up the final round. Just a great performance by our champion today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. I think this one will have to go down in the books as an absolute classic. Fantastic play, not only in the course today, but all week long.
EA Sports and the PGA of America are proud to present opening round coverage of the PGA Championship. Major championships are where the world's best golfers rise to the occasion, trying to etch their names into the record books. Today, we will see which golfer grabs the spotlight here at the PGA Championship. It is the season's final major championship here at Whistling Straits Scenic Golf Course, playing host to all the action. Action flying all over the place. Let's get down now to the 13th. As we check in on this early round action, we join our featured golfer, already playing well to this point. Couple of low numbers on the scorecard.
Yeah, it looks very good. Good swings out there and some good putting as well.
Players bracing against these strong, gusty winds. Really a challenge out there. I mean, that is one of the hardest drives I have ever seen. Just let it rip.
Oh, that's fine. Rich, these players aren't getting a reprieve with the wind right now.
And right from the start, the winds have been kicking pretty good.
Yeah, but at least it's presenting that challenge for the players that they don't get every other day.
This will test the player. I mean, it's one thing to play with no wind in perfect conditions, but as we know, golf is a game of variables.
Yeah, and better strike will be rewarded today.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here. I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Now to the par 4 14th. It is a dogleg left, about 396 yards.
Yeah, it really narrows up around that 300-yard mark. So this is another hole, really, where you don't need a driver. But somehow you've got to get that ball in the fairway. Remember, 250 yards, only leaves 145 in.
That ball's run out certainly over 300 yards, Frank. Call it about 310. Good swing, good shot yet again. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Frank, lots of sand and beach in view here at the 15th.
Yeah, this starts a tremendous 4-hole run to the clubhouse. And this is going to require your best tee shot. Maybe a little fade off the tee would keep it away from those bunkers on the left and set up that second shot.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Good lie in the fairway, a good chance to make something happen here. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Birdie try up next. See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies.
That was cruel. It looked like it was certainly going in.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Now the run to the finish beginning here at the 16th, Frank.
And there's certainly a chance for 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, you name it down here. But it's all going to start with one thing, and that's a good drive.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
And they're close, about 8 feet from the cup. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Excellent roll with 3 under par. All right, Frank, you want to win a major championship? 250 yards, 17th hole, trouble everywhere. Hit your pants up and get it going.
Yeah, easier said than done.
That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. Shouldn't be a problem here. Very impressive and on the move right now. Well, it's pretty simple. You want to put your name alongside the likes of Vijay Singh, Martin Keimer, men who've won PGA championships right here at Whistling Straits. Then you need to knuckle down and make something happen at this final hole.
Yeah, par to win might be easy to say, but on a hole like this, 520 yards, it's hard to do.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. This is a good-looking shot. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. This from about 10 feet. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Is this one for par? Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your footing out there.
That was a great first day out there, Rich.
I really enjoyed it. We saw a lot of birdies, excellent play, and some impressive names on top of this leaderboard. Anybody's game. EA Sports and the PGA of America are proud to present second round coverage of the PGA Championship.
Seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up. Get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
Regarded as a very accurate player, that shot says it all. Par yesterday, now for birdie. Starting to put it together right now, Frank.
Join that trio at the top.
Here at Whistling Straits, and they call this hole Snake. Frank, how do you avoid getting bitten by it?
Well, if you go left, there's water. If you go right, there's water. This hole is any... Oh, he is winding this one up. Does he have the power?
Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil.
Smoked that one.
Officials calling that one around 310 yards. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Now his third, staring right at the green. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction.
Oh, yeah, birdie, Frank, and another shot closer.
Sniffing in the right direction.
Ready to hit the tee shot here at the 6th. Frank, where are you looking to land the ball off the tee here?
Well, Rich, finally a par 4 that's not overly long. There's a little bunker down the left. That's about 250 yards. Shouldn't have a problem carrying that. It's the next two, just up ahead around the 330 mark. Just keep it a little short of that. Short iron in.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, no surprise that Martin Kaymer won a PGA championship here, just looking at this shot ahead.
Yeah, this shot obviously suits someone that hits the ball left to right with sort of like a hard bullet type cut. There's only really one problem for that player if he tries to play that shot, is that little pot bunker that guards the front half of this green.
Struck that one pure, about 8 feet away. Beautifully done. Locked in on the read and the speed. That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
Series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Frank, some of these holes are absolute mind blowers. I mean, this 7th is like nothing I've ever seen.
It actually reminds me of a hole in New South Wales in Australia at the La Perouse or New South Wales golf course. Just the way in which it cuts into the coast. Just a gorgeous par 3.
We just saw a player in total control of what he's doing. Didn't miss a green in regulation all day long. Almost. Wow.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot.
Well, that's a good par given the situation.
Still tight, still close. Frank, check out all the bunkers on the right.
I can't count them on one hand, that's for sure. Just another example of how Pete Dye has just has gone to work in the way in which he's protected these holes.
Just amazing what they're able to do with that golf swing. Hit it so far at that size. Not overly big, but man, can really move it a long ways. Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Well, this is straight at it.
That's a really good line. Frank, he's knocking him down and picking him up.
Oh, it's just taking pins out, one after the other.
Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. EA Sports and the PGA of America are proud to present third round coverage of the PGA Championship. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Just burning rubber right here. I mean, this one is taken off like a missile.
Just destroyed it. He's going to try and rip the cover off it.
That is tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Made par yesterday, this one for birdie.
Sneaks that in. We're now tied.
645-yard par 5 11th. They call this hole the sandbox, and hopefully, Frank, you're not picking up the shovel here.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. If you're reaching this par 5 and 2, then you don't belong on this planet. Ball just took off the face. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. I love that rhythm and tempo right there. Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball's sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here. Gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut.
Not bad.
Not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
What is he all like? Well, birdies are hard to come by in this situation. So tight.
Keeps him right in the thick of it. Back to the action here at the 12th. It is a par 3, and Frank, a little bit of a breather, at least in terms of yardage.
Well, that's about it, because this green is one of the most undulating on the golf course. I doubt there's a flat spot on this green.
Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Frank, here at the 13th, it's pretty obvious where the trouble is.
Yeah, all right, that's for sure, plus Lake Michigan there if you go even further right. But at 402 yards, don't have to hit driver down here. Even a three wood and a wedge would get you home here. So remember, fairway first, then set up the scoring chance.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. What a great shot. Right next to the hole. It's about 5 feet. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Good effort and good par putt. Now to the par 4 14th. It is a dogleg left, about 396 yards.
Yeah, it really narrows up around that 300-yard mark. So this is another hole, really, where you don't need a driver. But somehow you've got to get that ball in the fairway. Remember, 250 yards only leaves 145 in.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, it's really hard to believe that we are in Wisconsin because it looks like an old seaside links course from Scotland or Ireland.
Well, Pete Dye spent a lot of time in Scotland in the early 1960s, and that's really where he learned his architecture from. So a lot of those features he's incorporated in Whistling Straits.
Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is going.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Ready to go here at the 15th tee. And by the looks of it, Frank, we should have brought the swimsuits and some sunscreen.
It's very picturesque, that's for sure. But don't get fooled by its beauty. This is an absolute beast at 503 yards. It sets up a very, very tough finish to Whistling Straits.
Great lie. What a great shot. He has really hit it a long way. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Birdie try up next. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Kind of a tricky read. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
EA Sports and the PGA of America are proud to present final round coverage of the PGA Championship. Well, the best players have landed here in the middle of the country and really in another world. There is no golf course quite like Whistling Straits. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo from EA Sports. And Frank, let's get it started here with the 10th hole.
Not very long at 391 yards. Some of the longer hitters can actually get very close to this green. But if you want to do that, you've got to flash it down the left side. That's a little dicey.
Cracked that one out there here at the 10th, and now he's put himself in a really good spot to get after this flagstick. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
So a tester from 4 feet. That has to feel good. That's a birdie. Par 5 11th, and Frank, just a few bunkers here on this hole.
A few. I've lost count of how many bunkers there are on 11. Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. Chance to get it close here. And it makes the green in regulation. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? And he has it. Cool. Frank, the short par 3 12th, what are you looking to do?
Well, you think it's a snack. Green straight in front of you, points a little bit to the right, but just getting it and keeping it on the green, it takes some doing.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Standing over this putt. Takes care of business there.
Solid stroke.
13th hole now, and by the looks of this one, Frank, if you were right off the tee, things could go horribly wrong.
Massive drop-offs and bunkers to the right. Doubtful that you'd ever get a good lie if you missed this fairway on the right. So, flip side, keep the ball down the left. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
And it looks like Rory Mcllroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Didn't cover the flagstick on that one, but on the green, safely, with about 30 feet to go. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem.
Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. Has his par. Frank, any major championship gives you a good mix of holes. We've had some long ones, and now this one just under 400 yards.
But it will punish you if you're offline. There's trouble left and the mounds and the bunkers on the right. So ideally, it's a positional tee shot. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. This shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. This one just requires a little bit of focus. That would have been a real bonus had it dropped, but as it is, good putt. Shouldn't be a problem here. Frank, that looked good to me. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
Frank, lots of sand and beach in view here at the 15th.
Yeah, this starts a tremendous 4-hole run to the clubhouse. And this is going to require your best tee shot. Maybe a little fade off the tee would keep it away from those bunkers on the left and set up that second shot.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Birdie here yesterday, and they do it again today.
Great sense of speed in that. You know you can make those, but that one right in the middle.
Frank, as you know, the finishing holes at a major championship can make even the world's #1 player buckle under the pressure. How do you avoid that?
Well, with a good drive to start here, there's a series of bunkers that start about 300 yards down the right side. You'd like to start your tee shot on those and maybe work it back towards the fairway to get a little bit more run and make this hole reachable.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway. Too bad. It's about 23 feet away.
He didn't hit the flagstick, but he still has a chance. Good effort, just didn't drop. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. Mark a birdie on the card. The 17th now at Whistling Straits, and if you have a club that travels 250 yards on a good line, bust it out now.
That's what you're going to need, and you're going to need to hit that smack bang out of the middle of the club and leave nothing behind. Should be safely on deck.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. The final hole at a major championship. Suck it up and then lock it up if you can.
And this hole is anything other than straight. It looks like it bends to the left, but the tee is so far left it forces you to go right. Miss left, it goes down in a canyon full of bunkers. Miss right, and that second shot just becomes so much longer.
Frank, one last full swing. What are they looking at here at 18?
Well, even with a good tee shot, you're left with a long yardage in, so chances are you're hitting a long iron all the way across 7 Mile Creek, which wraps around the front and the left side. So this is going to take your best second shot.
So maybe a nice way to finish up with a good approach here to the 18th and a good chance for birdie to win the PGA Championship. Boy, looked like Ben Crenshaw right there. That was smooth and easy, right in the heart.
Rich, it came down to just a shot or two here or there, but we were treated some amazing golf this week.
Just one player standing, and that was earned, well-deserved, beautifully played. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Charity Invitational. Located in Troon, Scotland, founded in 1878, Royal Troon Golf Club playing host to the Open Championship 8 times and is slated to host its 9th major championship in 2016. I'm Rich Lerner for EA Sports. Alongside me today, my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. Frank, you've played in the Open Championship on a couple of occasions here at Royal Troon. It's a golf course that features some breathtaking scenery, and it can also serve up some breathtaking golf.
True links golf course, Rich. Relatively soft start can certainly lull you into that false sense of security, and then the golf course really starts to open up. That homeward 9, often coming back into a prevailing breeze, is very much a stern test.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Settles in over the putt. Starting to move now, Frank, on this leaderboard.
Certainly going all in the positive direction. He's in the middle of the pack, now top 15.
Take you down to hole number 11. Nothing noteworthy here in the first round, Frank, but still plenty of...
He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there.
Can a ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big. Frank, I know you like boxing. That was some heavyweight power right there.
Smoked it. There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
Good chance at one. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Back here at the 12th, and this is a hole that heads back towards the water. You might not see your tee shot land over the ridge in the middle of the fairway here, Frank, so what's the best strategy?
Well, it's called the fox, and you have to be cunning like a fox here. This one has a slight bend to the right, and a little like the previous hole, this is another fairway that certainly requires your best tee shot.
That is just a beautiful shot. Second shot, good look at the green. Early part of this second 9, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Good par right there, Frank, and pretty good position on this leaderboard.
And that sort of top echelon of the game right now will be interesting too. A birdie or two coming in, pad the position.
Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Well, this is the kind of wind that separates the great players from the average players. You really have to be strong to handle these kinds of winds. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly.
And that par certainly won't hurt the course.
There's still some time. Frank, what kind of par 3 is the 14th here?
You can get sucked in here, just 180 yards, which isn't considered that long. But if you look too much at the front of the green, you're going to see that's where the protection is.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Who knows? It is a 4-round tournament, setting himself up for a good weekend, maybe a great one. The young star makes his birdie. At the 15th, this par 4 is over 480 yards.
The key here really is the 3 bunkers, 2 on the left, 1 on the right. 260 yards gets you past that. If you find the fairway here, you don't have to worry about the 3 bunkers that are short of this green.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. On the green, and a chance for birdie. And it's a long way to the hole from here, never easy. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under. So that concludes round 1. Frank, what's the mindset after this first day?
Well, the important thing is just try and play smart, get a feel for the golf course. That's what you try and do on the opening round. And now that the players have seen it, we should see some better scores tomorrow.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live second-round coverage of the Charity Invitational. I mean, that is one of the hardest drives I have ever seen. Just let it rip.
Oh, that's fine. Rich, it's a different challenge today. The weather is so day-to-day out here, and when you get a breeze like this that's kicking up, you really have to sort of change your approach to playing these holes.
It looks nice out there, the blue skies, plenty of high sunshine, but it's a challenge because those winds have really freshened up.
Not too bad. It's about 23 feet away.
He didn't hit the flagstick, but he still has a chance. It happens sometimes, Frank. They don't all drop.
No, but you try telling him right now.
Birdie putt coming up. Hit hard on this hole yesterday. Frank, this is a good position to be in for a player. Making birdies, making some moves.
Starting to get the momentum, too, for the finish.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll. Well, when he goes after it like he is here,
Pretty good drive here.
another straight one.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, hole shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Racking them and stacking them right now. 6 under par for the tournament. Frank, we're moving inland now. And what are we facing here at this par 4 7th hole?
Just a dog leg to the right. Ideally, just a little cut off the tee.
Wow, what impact. Absolutely crushed it. Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Locked in on the read and the speed. In for birdie. There you have it. The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Charity Invitational. Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, well done on the approach shot. Inside of 10 feet, he'll be very happy with that. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie.
That birdie has to feel even better, Rich, with everything so tight at the top.
Right in the middle of a Donnybrook at this point. Back here on the bonny shores of Scotland at Royal Troon Golf Club with just a wee breeze, as they say over here, Frank. On the tee at the 12th.
A hole that bends to the right, gorse right and left. There's a bit of a mound and rough down the right side. That has to be avoided.
Up with the big boys now, Frank.
Well, we saw that previous tee shot go 310. This one's further.
135 yards to the hole and sitting nicely in the fairway. Good looking shot right here. Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Well, he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this round.
Some momentum moving in the right direction.
Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard. No mistake made there with par.
And now the tee shot here at the 472-yard par 4 13th.
A hole that bends to the right. Ideally hit it down the left side. And then you're playing to a raised 2-2 green.
Just amazing what they're able to do with that golf swing. Hit it so far at that size. Not overly big, but man, can really move it a long ways.
Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Necklace over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good-looking birdie.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Ooh, what happened there, Frank? Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Frank, what kind of par 3 is the 14th here?
You can get sucked in here. Just 180 yards, which isn't considered that long. But if you look too much at the front of the green, you're going to see that's where the protection is. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop. Second shot.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. Right in the heart. Now at the 15th at Royal Troon Golf Club, 483-yard par 4. This, Frank, is one of the hardest holes in the course.
It's certainly a stout par 4 at that distance. If you're playing it into a head breeze, then 260 yards is certainly going to be a big tee shot. But 260 yards takes all the bunkers out of play.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. And now he has this for the birdie. Well, Frank, I thought that was in.
Well, I thought that at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now par.
He's made it. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Charity Invitational. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good swing, good shot yet again. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Birdie putt coming up. At a par on this hole yesterday. Putting up some impressive numbers out here now. 9 under for the tournament. On the tee here at 14, it's another par 3, Frank.
Yeah, don't get caught looking at the front of the green. That's where it's at its most narrow. Ideally, something that pitches just into the top of that mound.
Just a beautiful approach shot. Getting set now over the putt. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage, and you're not going to birdie every hole.
As his par. At the 15th, this par 4 is over 480 yards.
The key here really is the 3 bunkers. 2 on the left, 1 on the right. 260 yards gets you past that. If you find the fairway here, then you don't have to worry about the 3 bunkers that are short of this green.
In the fairway, it's lined nicely, and 180 yards left. I like the looks of this one. Well, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. Continues to roll it very well all day long. Now the lone par 5 on the back 9, the 16th, and while you might be thinking birdie here, you may want to think again. What are the options off the tee, Frank?
Well, really, there's only one option, and that's keep it short of that burn, which is 280 yards. So that makes that 540 yards play that much longer.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
What an opportunity. A putt for eagle. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
The back 9 here at Royal Troon has only 1 par 5. Here it is, Frank.
At 542 yards, you'd think it's reachable, but that burn cuts in at 280 yards, so it means you have to lay back. But I remember back in 1997, playing alongside Tiger Woods, and he still managed to get it on the green from behind the burn. It was some shot.
You knew at that point he was something special.
He certainly was. He then knocked it in from 40 feet for an eagle 3.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Finally, the 18th at Royal Troon. History, skill, nerves, bunkers, of course, and the clubhouse. Frank, they all come into play on this final hole.
Yeah, 3 bunkers down the left. It's not a case of hitting past those, it's avoiding them. And then if you avoid it too far to the right, There's one nicely placed about 300 yards off the tee that'll catch you there. So there's somehow you've got to craft a tee shot to miss all 4 of those bunkers.
This is a good-looking shot. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie to win the Charity Invitational. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Just a great putt and a great win.